trying to climb on top. And then India is just white. So she's a hooded, and she had a little star. That's why I named her Star, but it closed up. It was weird. Like she had like a little speck on her head. And then Sierra, she's hooded blazed. And now I gotta get down here. Come here. See you. Hi. Now I'm gonna close this. I don't want them escaping while I'm filming. Like, 'cause we were just playing and they like to hide in my sweatshirt. So first here is like their little kitchen. I have this is like a All Living Things deluxe rat home. I really wanted to get a Critter Nation. Either just the single unit or the double unit. I want to save up or get it for Christmas or something. But I also want to get a guinea pig. But up here, and it comes with this little food dish, and it clips on and off so it stays secure. But I put their lab blocks in there. So that's their little lab block feeder. And then that little bowl, it's like a little ceramic bowl. Whoa! She almost fell. And I usually put their veggies, which they just had carrots right now. Like, it's like half eaten. And the other 2 carrots are down there. Or I put, like, their fruit in there. Or I'll put their rat recipe, their grain mix in there. Or anything like that, their protein. So that's usually, like, their snack, essential food. And that's their block. And then right here I have this little treat. This little treat kebab. The small version, and it has a little bell, and it's untreated, but I need to get more wood sticks to add on, and they've used it, as you can tell, but I don't know. And then up here I have this little hammock. I made it myself because I have a lot of fleece, but I don't have like a sewing machine or a sewing kit yet, but because I kind of know how to sew, but I usually do just the simple ones. But this was a giant one, and it can cover the whole, no, bad idea. But it can cover the whole cage span if it's like out. But I usually change it up, like change up their cage every time I clean it, like a full cage clean. And I got these little hooks, like lanyard hooks, and I just stuck the long ways for the thing so it stretches. But this time I folded it in half, and they love going. It's like a little tunnel all the way through. And they love that. And then they go down to the next level, and it's solid ramp, so it's good for their feet. And it's not wire, so they can't get it caught, even though it's all wire. I mean, it's all plastic besides the bars and stuff. And so the next level, they have their little cuddle cup, cozy cup, however some people call it. I call it a cuddle cup, but with a little bed. And I have their water bowl, their water bottle. This is like, I have 3 water bottles, but this one, it seems to not leak. And it holds a lot of water, but I just even freshened it. I freshen it like every day, probably halfway, and it lasts them. Usually like halfway would last them probably 4 days or so, because it goes to 32 fluid ounces, and so it's pretty big, doesn't leak. I like it. Then you go down the next ramp, as India is showing you. I have this, I made this, and I bought 4 little keychain hooks, and this one, it broke, and so like one of the sides, so I mixed it, and I just like hung it up all crazy, and they're like, it's like a little pouch. They can go in these little holes and the little flaps as I make it, because it was a one-sided, like a one opening and then 2 side openings of like a bunk bed hammock sort of. But so I made it, and like a lot of little tunnels in there. And then back there I have a little ladder. I got it from the bird section at PetSmart. Like, because they really don't have ladders and climbing stuff for small animals and rats, so I go to the bird section. They have like wood, like the sticks you can go across, or then I got the ladder with a little bell, and it was like $1, so it's pretty cheap. And then you go down the last ramp, and they have their little paper towel roll. They like to chew it to make less, or sometimes they like to they actually pick it up, and they'll like pick it, like make it upright. It's really weird. And then I have their little igloo. I like to call it pigloo, but they're not guinea pigs. but it's still an igloo. And it's a lot, like, it's like the same size as the large Super Pet houses, like the igloos. But this one I got, it was like $5, and it was pretty cheap for a big size. And then I have their little litter pan, and I have, they've learned how to use it. I think one of them doesn't know how to use it. I'm not sure who, but there's not a lot anywhere else, so it's pretty nice. And I empty that out daily. I have Aspen, and it's good for them, good for the feet. It's pretty big. I got this giant old bag of Aspen wood shavings, and it's some 1,250 cubic inches. It's like 20 liters. I say it can go to like 5 cleans. It's a lot. Also, since it's the bottom, it's only that much. It's still pretty big, wide, but not so long width-wise. So it uses up. And then I had this like Back to Nature. Because when I first got my rats a long time ago, they gave us Back to Nature bedding, the recycled paper. But I decided to switch to Aspen. But I had Back to Nature still. Oh, they're licking me. Hi. Hi. They're all hyped up. It's the morning. And so I used it for the litter, and they apparently like it with the litter because it's a different scent, you know. And right here, this cage, the litter box didn't connect like with its little connecty thing. And so right here, I just put, this one of my other water bottles, it had like a little hook. I just placed that right there so it stays still. And yeah, so that's basically it. But first I wanted to show you, I'll also show you actually this is my organizer besides the Aspen shavings. That's the only thing that won't fit in here because it like takes up the whole space. But this is my rat tub, I call it, my little organizer. I wish to get shelves, but like here I got their wheel, their solid wheel, this wheel that came, the wire wheels, came with them when I first got rats a long time ago. And then this came with this big wheel, but also it's too big so it wouldn't be any space. And they shouldn't use wire, so I got the solid one, but they don't use a lot. Big water bottle for when I'm on vacation. Little water bottle came with the cage. I got my trash bags for cage cleaning, and it comes with little cable ties. Right here, this came in my Macchiato cage. Single like a guinea pig cage, and it was like a hay rack. It was pretty nice. So I use it to organize my food. I have Missouri rye blocks, probably a few days worth left. Dried fruit, which I don't give them to them a lot. The medley with some protein in it and stuff. And then I just gave them the drops. I usually give it like every 2 to 3 days. I don't give them all the time, but the Fiesta Yogurt treats, they're really little, but that means there's not a lot in them. So it's pretty healthy. I have my little food bin thing I use for on my vacation. Some extra little, like a little bonding pouch. Little Mickey Mouse toy. I'm wondering if I should put that in there to see what happens, but I'm not sure. Plastic bags, Back to Nature, which there's like nothing, I need to get more. And here.